This is not your typical Harley-Davidson, was the thought that first ran through my head when I threw a leg over the all-new Pan America. Did the motor company just store some brand name components onto an untested power plant and call it an adventure motorcycle? For an initial price of around $17,000, how would the Pan America perform in an increasingly competitive adventure motorcycle market? I had not had the chance to see the Pan America in flesh before this review, and from the photos and videos shared on the internet, it looked, well, different. My first impressions were that it was huge, a wide, overweight ADV entry from the brand who had brought us chrome baggers and ape hangers. I wasn't necessarily unattracted to the bike aesthetically, but it definitely put off the vibe HD was trying to do something different at all costs. Special thanks to Durham Harley-Davidson for lending the Pan America to me for a couple of days. If you want to test ride a Harley or get great deals on motorcycles and gears, do check them out in Oshawa, Ontario. In person, the Pan America is more appealing than I'd imagined. Overall, the bike is narrow where it counts and can be easily controlled with the rider's knees when standing on the pegs. The fairing was designed to connect the Pan Am to its cruiser and touring lineage. Think Fat Bob headlight meets Road Glide. It's distinctly Harley, and while some may find the look unappealing, to each their own. At the heart of the Pan America is the all-new Revolution Max 1250 engine. The liquid-cooled 1252cc 60-degree V-twin with DOHC produces 150 horsepower at 94 pounds-feet of torque with a 9,500 RPM redline. The buzzword is linear. So far, the easiest way to describe Harley-Davidson's all-new Revolution Max platform. On the pavement, the Revolution Max 1250 and its 150 horsepower really amazed me. Mid-range was the sweet spot, providing ample power and delivery with a slight twist of the wrist. It sang its song and I listened. The Revolution Max 1250 motor makes V-twin noises, but not the kind you'd expect from a Harley-Davidson. A low growl was followed by a pitched whine as I accelerated towards the 9,500 RPM redline. Power is immediate and it sings all the way through the RPM range, pulling consistently. 150 horsepower falls right between the 131 offered on the BMW 1250 GS and the 165 produced by the KTM's 1290 Super Adventure. Looks like that's exactly where Harley-Davidson wanted to be. In sport mode, the bike accelerates like a rocket. Grip is phenomenal with the firm suspension settings, wheelie control and traction aids working overtime. The dual Brembo radial mount calipers and 320mm discs bring things to a halt in a hurry. Brake feel is solid without much, if any, fade under a heavy hand. And the bars are wide, providing plenty of leverage in the twisties. 7.5 inches of suspension travel. Up front you'll find an electronically adjustable Showa 47mm inverted dual cartridge fork with semi-active damping control mated to a Showa piggyback reservoir rear shock that is electronically adjustable as well. They are connected and will adjust in tandem depending on the ride mode selected. The swing arm is a cast aluminum unit which reduces overall weight thanks to the Revolution Max being a central structural component of the Pan America. The fuel tank is also aluminum, which again aided in reducing overall weight. It carries 5.6 gallons of fuel and is shaped like a bathtub, allowing the weight of the fuel to sit lower in the chassis. The 1250 standard tips the scales at 534 pounds fueled, an impressive number, especially when compared to its competition. The Special weighs in at 559 pounds, but add a more substantial skid plate, spoked wheels, the adaptive ride height and crash bars, and it will be closer to 570 pounds. Honestly, it carries the weight very well. center of gravity feels low, and thanks to a shorter seat height, the Pan Am feels as agile as any ADV bike on the market. The Special comes equipped with heated grips, an aluminum skid plate, crash bars, an Öhlins steering damper and a center stand as standard off the showroom floor. IMU, lean angle ABS, traction control, ride modes, suspension settings and engine mapping are expected on any ADV with more than 1000cc and a $15,000 plus price tag. Harley-Davidson's engineers knew this and opted for Bosch's 6-axis IMU unit. Coupled with their own software, the Pan America provides 6 different ride modes: rain, road, sport, off-road, off-road plus and a custom mode. The adaptive ride height, a notable first for the ADV segment, is a $1,000 option and automatically transitions the motorcycle between a lowered static position and higher optimal ride height when the bike is moving. When in motion, the semi-active Showa suspension is automatically and electronically adjusted to provide 30% sag. While slowing below 15 miles an hour, the air arch activates, dropping the seat between 1 and 2 inches, depending on the sag setting of course. This allows shorter riders to flatfoot more comfortably on the ground when at a complete stop. Then the bike rises when the wheels start turning. This technology will open up the ADV segment to a much larger audience and is what truly sets the Pan Am apart from the competition. Not everyone likes the aesthetics of the Pan America, and for those who think it's a Harley-Davidson, what did they know about adventure bikes? It's quite evident that the motor company spent a great deal of time researching, developing, dissecting, understanding and observing the ADV market before putting pen to paper. They pulled components from the same trusted names you'll find attached to a BMW, KTM, Ducati, Honda or Triumph. They've engineered a power plant which is beyond impressive and will open up a lot of opportunity for Harley if they continue to do things right. The adaptive ride height is an undeniable game changer, and with a fighting weight of 559 pounds, they are competing in the same class as KTM Super Adventure, BMW's 1250 GS and Ducati's Multistrada. Say what you will about how it looks, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and you cannot deny its beastly abilities both on and off the road. Did Harley-Davidson build a real adventure bike? No. They created an ADV machine, a sport touring motorcycle, and a technological powerhouse that could undoubtedly send them to the top of the segment, especially in North America. You have to admit that no other motorcycle company can rival the dealer network and extensive service center locations that Harley-Davidson has in North America. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on the new Pan America, and if you're in the market for a full-size ADV bike, I strongly urge you to try out the Pan America. I personally admire the risk Harley has taken and the bike's unique personality to stand out in the ADV crowd. The adaptive ride height is a brilliant idea. Along with the competitive pricing and a slew of rider aids, this is as good as any other bike in the ADV segment, and I truly hope this helps to propel the motor company into a bright future. If you like this video, then smash that like button, and if you'd like to catch more motorcycle news and content like this, consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.